Did you know anytime a student completes a performance tracking activity in his account, whether he's with you, in another class, or at home, the data is automatically tracked in your professional or district account? Now let's look at how you find all that amazing data. Now, if you have questions about how to assign activities to students or how to create student accounts, be sure to watch the videos on managing activities and creating student accounts. Now, from my Boardmaker homepage, I'll go to Students and select Student Management. Now, I'll find my student and select their ID. This opens up the student profile. Now, if my student has completed any activities in their account, I'll find those results in Performance Results. I'll click on that tab. Now, at a glance, this just looks like time on task data. But if I expand any of the arrows, I'll see exactly what activities my student has completed when they were in the software. Now, if I select a specific activity, I'll find the data. This was a sorting activity. The green dots show the answer my student got correct. The red dots show where my students made mistakes. If I had the activity in supported mode, the software will even let me know if the student got the answer, but only because they were prompted by the computer. Now, this is what sorting data looks like. If I go down to a writing activity, here I'll see exactly what my student wrote. If I go into a quiz, like a quiz from Core First Learning, here I would find out the exact questions, what my student selected, and what the correct answer might have been. All of this data can help me to create progress reports, update IEP goals, and design my instruction. Now, if I've gone into the software and added IEP goals, another view can be extremely beneficial to me. That is the Progress tab. Here in the Progress tab, I'll see my IEP goals and color coordinated data that of activities that are associated with that IEP goal. If I hover over an activity, I get more information. And if I click on any activity, I'll get that question by question data. This view is also nice because it shows instances the student completed activities related to that goal. The most recent activities will be to the left and older activities to the right. Now, those are the most common ways to look at data, but there are a few more. If I scroll to the top to my menu bar and hover over Students, I can go to My Students' Performance Data. Here, I have four different tabs of data. First is Activities. If I select any of my students, select my date range, and select Run, I'll get a graph that shows me all of the activities that my student has completed during that date range. I can print those results or I can download them. I'll also see during that date range the percentage correct, the date, times they were started and stopped, and the duration. Up at the top, if I select the Student tab, here I can find data by standard. I can select core, or if I live in a state that follows different state standards, I could follow those as well. I'll select core and run. Here, I'll be able to see all of my students and exactly how much time they've spent on each of the core standards. This would only show for activities that are linked to standards. The next tab is Standards. I can select one of my students and run. And this would show exact activity results based on standards. I could hover over any of the results to see exactly the activity they completed and more detailed information. Scrolling at the top, there's one more tab, the IEP goals. Now, this is going to look almost identical to the view we saw from the student profile, but here I could narrow the results to show a more precise event of dates or even a larger group of dates. I'll select run. Maybe I just need this for a particular grading period, or maybe I want to show over time how the student has progressed. I can put in any date range and see the results here. Now, we know in the world of education, if we don't have data to prove it, it didn't happen. So I hope this gives you some great tips to easily and seamlessly collect data for your students.